United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Know that she was very upset that she had gone into the locker room and seen male genitalia.
I didn't think this was still an issue. Trump said there were only going to be two genders, male or female.
Had enough, and she let the people at Gold's know.
Oh, Jim! Men! Grown men! With big in the women's locker room!
And everybody, a lot of people applauded. And having men use women's restroom, I thought that was like an issue of the past.
And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know.
Especially since Trump became president. But obviously, it's still going on in some part of America, or some part of the United States. I'm sure, you know, the federal government, they pass, those are federal laws. But when it comes to the states...
Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying, and I'm done with it. It's stupid.
She was definitely triggered. She looked pissed. You know, she don't want to be seeing you, dude. She does not want to see it. I know you call yourself a woman, but nah, dude, she's not interested in seeing.
And oiling up, I turn around and there's a man in the locker room. And so, of course, I'm shocked. I'm like...
I really like this. I really like winning, making a killing.
I really do think, like, maybe they should have a bathroom for trans people. You know? So, like, I feel like that would solve this situation. Because look at her. She's traumatized. She's actually literally crying to a certain extent.
Hi, guys. How you doing? I'm sorry I look a little fright, but...
Really crying to a certain extent, trying to get this story out. And apparently this is not the first time this has happened.
4 weeks ago, the first encounter happened. I was naked. I was drying up and oiling up. I turned around, and there's a man in the locker room. And so, of course, I'm shocked. I'm like, that's what makes...
Like, for me to walk into a bathroom, I don't know if she's the kind that works out every day. Most people, she looks fit, so she definitely looks like she gets it in. You know, she probably has a workout routine of going to the gym about 4 to 5 times a week. But if you're saying you've seen a man in the women's locker room or bathroom on 6 different occasions within a 30-day span, that is very frequent. That is pretty frequent. Let's be honest. That is like every time you go to the gym. If you're going to the gym 3 times a week and you're seeing a man, naked man in a bathroom at least 6 times out of the month. So basically every time you went to the gym, at least once a week, you would see a naked man in a woman's bathroom. That is very frequent.
I'm shocked. I'm like, I thought maybe I missed a sign and that there were workers working. So I just said, sir. I didn't even get to say a sentence or anything. I just was in shock and figuring out that there's a man behind me while I'm naked. And I say, sir. And then he goes, you can't tell me nothing, B word, I'm a woman. And I'm like, what? Now, listen, guys.
Guys, that is really frequent. But I don't have an issue with people who are trans. I really don't.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about, you know, name change, and it says female on my ID.
But I do have an issue with safety and making people feel comfortable within their own space.
Hormones, and I mean, I'm registered as a female with the gym, so. And were you at...
I'm a guy. I love women. But I don't want any woman to just watch me naked. Not even a man, okay? I don't know, but women seem to be a little more comfortable with themselves. So they don't mind they're comfortable being naked around other women. I think to a certain extent. Not every woman is, but most women seem to be comfortable around being naked around other women. Men, on the other hand, we're like, nah, dude, I don't want to see nothing from another man. Keep that shit to yourself, dude. Even when you're brothers, you're like, dude, I don't want to see No, I don't want to see nothing, okay? The only person I want to see, it's me. The only, right, and then the woman I'm screwing. That's basically what it is. You know, and then maybe my son, because that's my son, I have to take care of him. And then when it reaches a certain age, it's like, dude, what the hell? What are you doing? Like, why don't you have any clothes on? You know?
Have you fully transitioned? Be clearer when you say that.
That is how people feel when it comes to nudity. Like, people are not comfortable with it. Now you have somebody who says he's quote-unquote woman. Quote-unquote, right? We gotta keep the quotes on it, guys. Come on. Because we know what the real thing is, and we know what the quote-unquote is, right? Which is okay.
Your genitalia. That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work.
Oh, you could be a woman, you could identify as whatever you want to call yourself. But when it comes to a space that everybody share, you a man, dude. Okay? When you're in your own house, you call yourself a woman. But when you're in a space that everybody share, no, if I'm looking at you and you look like a man, you're a man. Even if you've done the surgery and you could fool me that you're a woman, cool, you fooled me. But a lot of times I'm very hard to fool, dude. I'm very hard to fool, you know? Like, you better really be a great actor or really look the part and have the energy and the feminine energy and all that stuff to be able to fool me. And if that's not the case, you belong with the boys, man, okay? And that is how I feel. Yeah, I'm sure somebody out there feel like, oh, I can't believe you're such a... they may call it misogynistic, whatever you want to call it. They got a name for everything in this country. Dude, I'm not going to let names scare me into speaking, not being able to speak my mind, okay? If you feel like men should go use men's bathroom and women should use women's bathroom because that will make a woman feel comfortable and safe, and men the same thing, because dude, I don't want no woman just checking me out. The only person I want checking me out is the person I'm about to do something with, okay? They could take pictures of you, and then now they could hold you, try to hold you for ransom, blackmail you, all type of shit. Anything can happen. So how do I feel about this situation? Honestly, you could call yourself whatever you're gonna call yourself. But if you have that Y chromosome, dude, you have that Y chromosome, XY, it's XY. Women don't have a Y chromosome, only men do. If you have that Y chromosome, you're a man, okay? But when you get home, you can call yourself whatever you want. Amongst your friends who have accepted you, it's fine. But don't feel like people who are on the outside looking in and think they're seeing a man should call you a woman. No, you cannot force them to do that, okay? I can't believe we're back to this topic because this was the reason Trump won. Honestly, I think this was the reason Trump became the president. All this LGBT, trans stuff, trying to get people to think like you and do what you want them to do so you feel comfortable type stuff. Honestly, I feel like that's the reason Trump won, you know, because this agenda right here is such a small percentage of the country that actually is for it. And the ones that are actually saying they're cool is because they're scared of being canceled by the ones that are okay with it, you know? It's not like it's, and the others are just scared to speak their mind, you know, cancel culture type stuff. Anyhow, though, let's move on to this situation with Puff Daddy. Apparently, I'm not sure how true this is. Puff may be getting pardoned by Donald Trump.
The Diddy front. Diddy is telling other inmates at...
I've heard 3 different times when Trump said it would look into it, right? And I heard another story where somebody said nobody tells the president what to do.
The prison where he is now serving his sentence, telling them that he is going to...
And someone else said the president is also, you know, he makes decisions like this. He could just change his mind in a second.
Going to be pardoned by Donald Trump early next year. Be right back.
Well, I hope he does. I really do hope he does, because Puff Daddy, hate him or love him, I mean, I'm sure that video with him and Cassie did not help his case at all. But besides that, though, you know, the guy's been in jail for quite a while now. You know, America has been in Puff Daddy's bedroom for quite some time now. So now that the case is closed, the door is closed, it's time to get out of the man's bedroom, okay? Because everything else that he's being persecuted about, besides the fact that he hit Cassie on camera, and which is definitely, you know, that was a long time ago, and he apologized for it, you know? He was on drugs, doing all type of shit. He was probably drunk as well. But still, if I was drunk and on something, I don't think I would hit a female the way Diddy did that. But obviously, there are people out there who have done worse, okay? So I'm not trying to justify what Diddy did in this video. What he did was horrible, okay? But now let's get back to the fact that Trump is thinking about pardoning Puff Daddy, right? I don't know how true this is, but the thing is, your man or your boy Diddy is out there running his mouth talking about how he may be getting out sometime in the beginning of 2026 because Trump is going to pardon him. If I was Diddy, I would keep my mouth shut. I wouldn't tell anyone, because at the end of the day, if somebody was going to do something to hurt you, right, they don't like you, they don't want you to get out of there alive, you're just telling them, dude, kill me before I get pardoned. That is what you just did.
Based on sources.
You just told them, I'm only going to be here for this amount of time, so if you're going to do anything to me, you better do it right now. Dude, you keep that information to yourself. You don't tell anyone about it, okay? You take that with you. You keep that to yourself till you get on the outside, okay? And even on the day you're getting out, you still don't tell anyone. Number one. And another thing is, what if Trump changes his mind? And you get yourself all gassed up and think you're going to be out in a few months, in 2 months or so, or maybe 2026, the beginning, January or whatever, and something happens and anything can happen. Nobody knows tomorrow, and you don't come out when you were expecting. You're going to be so crushed. You're going to be so hurt. You're going to feel like somebody who was very hungry, right? And then somebody told him pizza was on the way. I ordered it and I sent the delivery, and he's over there. As soon as he heard there's a delivery on the way of pizza, he started salivating. He started salivating, thinking the pizza is coming because this guy is really hungry. That's Diddy is the guy who is salivating, who is really hungry. Except this time he's not hungry for the pizza. He's hungry for freedom because he want to get out of jail. Imagine if that kid who was hungry for pizza know the pizza, think the pizza is on the way, and then now he's just waiting, and the pizza never comes. It would have been better to know there's no pizza on the way than to think there's pizza on the way and the pizza never come. What I'm saying is, like, it would have been better for you to keep your mouth shut, nobody knows, or just not know you're getting out, or try to act like you're not getting out, or at least try to accept what is going on. And so when that part of new comes, you can actually enjoy it versus thinking, okay, counting down, you're counting down and counting down. And if something does not happen like you want it to, dude, you're gonna be heartbroken and crushed. Crush. So, Diddy, if I was you, I would keep my mouth shut. Not everybody has your best interest at heart in there, dude. People do not want to see you get out. Some of them don't want to see you get out alive. So, if I was you, I'll be very careful. Yeah, but let's talk about this situation with Kim Kardashian and ChatGPT. Yeah, well, this is the guy who is trying to convince people he's a woman. look at those shoulders, dude. Like, look at the Adam's apple. The only thing that looks like a woman is the fact that you look like you painted your lips right before this conversation. You're not fooling anyone, dude. Like I said, if you're gonna convince people you're a woman, you gotta really look it, And he was talking about the surgery and how much time he has to spend to get the hair on his facial hair pulled off and removed surgically. Like how much procedure, how much pain they have to go through. This was the life he chose. You can let the beard grow, dude. You can let the beard grow, okay? You can let it out because that's how God made you, okay? You're the one who decided to put yourself through the pains of having to surgically take out hair from your face. And I'm not sure. He said he hasn't had the surgery from what he seems to be explaining. But I can imagine that would be very painful when you decide to do it. And hopefully before that time comes, you wake up and decide, oh, for some reason, I think women are just gorgeous. I don't know what happened to me. And wake up. Or maybe you wouldn't wake up because you think you've been feeling this way since you were 8 years old, I believe he said. But I have nothing against you. But I just feel like if my sister is in the bathroom, naked, and you come behind her talking about you a woman, and she calls me, somebody's getting knocked the fuck out. You hear me? That's all I'm saying. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out. Because I'm going to come in there and be like, dude, what is this man doing behind my naked sister in a woman's locker room? Boom. And then I will find out you think you're a woman later. And then I will apologize because I would assume you're a man. Just for what I'm seeing. Okay? And then you would have told, and then eventually I will find out, oh, you signed up. Gold Gym consider you a woman. And then I will tell you that is Gold's Gym, not me. What I'm seeing is a masculine physique. And that is a man. I know man because I'm a man. Okay? Now let's get a dose of this manpower. Hey, I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying how this can escalate into something else. Because, dude, think about it. You want people to act. You expect people to act a certain way. But you don't know how people are going to react when they feel threatened. Okay? You look like a pretty strong guy. I mean, there's a gym. You work out, I know you're a woman, but that did not take your masculine strength away. It did not take your masculine aggression away. None of that is gone. It's still there. So, dude, I don't know who you think you're fooling. You could be fooling Gold's Gym because they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to get to the money. You're not fooling anyone else. Anyhow, though, thanks for watching this video. Share it if you want. There was one more story I wanted to cover. It was that stuff with ChatGPT and Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian. When I make long videos, that is when I tend to stumble. This seems like it's going to be a long video, I'm not sure. So Kim Kardashian, something about ChatGPT. She tried to cheat with ChatGPT, saying and complaining to ChatGPT and saying, well, how come ChatGPT is not giving her the right answers? And ChatGPT basically told her to her face, like, look, you need to look within yourself. You got it. So ChatGPT is basically trying to become her therapist. I don't know how this is going to play out in another 10 years because if ChatGPT could just give you the answers to the questions on your test, why do you need to read? Why do you need to study? No, like why would people need to have to learn anything? I feel like in another 10 years, human memory and brain capacity is just going to go down. I'm talking about people's IQ would go down. And we're going to blame technology. So, I'm using technology. which is weird because I'm talking about technology. I've always liked electronics, you know, but when there's not a cap to how much innovation humans are allowed to innovate, because right now people are just going crazy with it, you know, which is cool, you know, but it needs to be regulated. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't just make everything. Okay, human beings need to still be able to function and have willpower and brain power, and not just depend on computers for everything. Okay, I asked my son the other day. He knew my phone number. He knows his mom's phone number, but that is about it. But I told him when I was younger, I knew close to 10, maybe even more than that, people's phone numbers that I could just pick up and call randomly without having to check. You know, what do you call it? Without having to check a phone book. You know, because we had, what's the name, little things like phone books where we could like write numbers down of people that we really did care about, you know, and then as we had more technologies and people started having to remember numbers. I remember back in the days when you get locked up, you have to call somebody, right? So imagine you get locked up and you don't have any number stored in your memory. I'm sure that is happening a lot in this generation, because my generation, I'm a millennial, so let's see. I grew up in a time when I didn't have any phone. I was born in an era where to have a phone, I'm Nigerian, so obviously to have a phone in Nigeria, you gotta be pretty rich, okay? And we did not have one, so not because we were broke, but we just was not those people that had the phones and we had that kind of money. But anyhow, though, Kim Kardashian, I think you need to put ChatGPT away, or maybe take the advice of ChatGPT and depend on yourself and apply yourself. You got it. I mean, come on now. If you had a case, right? Are you gonna be like, your option, your honor, I object? Because you have to go ask ChatGPT a question. Huh? No, you can't do that.
Detector test. She was taking a polygraph with Tiana Taylor. Basically, this is something they did with Vanity Fair.
Also, you need to rely on your own brain powers and
A new series on Hulu, so...
For legal advice. So when I am needing to know the answer to a question, I'll take a picture and snap it and like put it in there. So you cheated.
So, you cheated. I like the way she smacked her with the truth on her face. That was like, yeah, straight up. You cheated. Anyhow, though.
Use it for legal advice. So when I am needing to know the answer to a question, I'll take a picture and snap it and like put it in there. So you cheated. They're always wrong. It has made me fail tests all the time.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian is cool. If you like this video, share it, and Scott Lips.
You know what that is, bro? Bro, give us shit. What's your badge number, man? What's going on? What's your badge number, man?
Lips, did she get locked up, or is that like an AI video?
Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. I really like this, I really like winning, making a killing, gotta be kidding, blame the villain, niggas are silly, show me that, show me that, show me that, ego, show me that, ego, cold bills. Whoa, who am I to deny, got caught red-handed with an eye, dormant, I can't never hide me, my conscience and I, think the green floor like the knob, got them all beat by a mile, look for me just smile, check to see if they allow, was that red by an hour, the reason you're sour, my nemesis for throwing it down, each that freaking them gravel, not even a sound, speechless, not even a vowel, ringside saved by the bell, not study they fell, cause of the force and rebel, times is late to appear, how we may appear, like for the standard results fair, that's what they do with the sauce here, I really like this, I really like